Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about one of the most annoying things about having tickets created from email. Now, the most annoying thing about having tickets created from email is that a lot of times the email that's initially sent in doesn't have all the details. And that's not something we can fix, at least not in this video. But the second most annoying thing is something that we can fix, which is, let's say someone sends in an email to create a ticket and CCs a bunch of other people. Those other people start chiming in, but because there's no identifying information on the email about the ticket that was created, it just creates new tickets. Now, of course, you could configure your ITSM system to respond to the initial email with the ticket number, have that identifying information in there, and ideally send that out to all of the people who are CC'd as well. Some ITSM systems allow that, some don't. Some you have to jump through extra hoops to do that. Um, but then people have to wait in order to get that new email that they can start replying to. That's frustrating. That's not how email works. We don't want to wait for additional email to just contribute to the conversation. And realistically, that's not how our ITSM systems should work either. Our ITSM systems should just be kind of a fly on the wall. If you want to have a conversation over email, you should be able to do that. And the ITSM system should just pick up the email and apply it to an existing ticket if it exists. If there is no relevant ticket, create a new one, and then just kind of watch the conversation. You shouldn't need to have a conversation ID in your email. So I'm going to show you how in Cortex we have enabled exactly that workflow. But before we get into the demo, I want to remind you all that we have two resources. We have many resources, but two in particular I want to highlight. We have the Cortex users group where we can talk about stuff like this. We talk about other things that we're adding to Cortex, and you all can ask questions of each other and get answers about anything related to Cortex. We also have a Discord server, which is basically a virtual version of the already virtual Cortex users group, but it's a text-based form. The Cortex users group meets every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. The Discord server obviously is open all the time. You can get links to be invited to both down in the video description. So, with that, let's take a look at an email that I sent into my help system. So, here's my email: request for support, help, help, help. Of course, I provide tons of information in this email. Um, and we can see over here, I'm using Halo for this demo. We see a ticket that was created. And the way I've configured it, the subject gets created from the title of the ticket gets created from the subject, and the body gets created from the body of the email. Nothing crazy. This is something that most ITSM systems do pretty much out of the box. This is certainly something that's super simple to set up in Cortex email monitoring. Um, but let's take it a step further. Let's go back to email and let's uh, reply all. And in this case, I only have one recipient, so it's just reply. So let's say here are some more details. Now, remember, this is not an email that I got from Halo. This is not an email I got from Cortex. This is the original email that I sent. There is nothing specific about this email that indicates that it's associated with a ticket in Halo. So I'm just going to send, here are some more details, and I'm sending it to the mailbox that I'm monitoring with Cortex. And I'm going to hit send. And in just a minute, we'll see it show up here. I might have to refresh the page, um, but we will see it show up as a response to this ticket. It won't create a brand new ticket. It'll be part of this existing ticket because Cortex is able to look up in Halo without even knowing that the incident number is 3242. It doesn't know anything about that. It just knows that it has processed an email previously that caused the ticket to be created and is able to link those two emails together, um, looking just at the email itself. There are some headers, there's some stuff in the body, um, but just information that's in that email. Oh, there we go. It just popped up. Here we go. Here are some more details, right? This is the email that I sent in. Again, there's no conversation ID, there's no incident number in here. There's nothing that has anything to do with Halo. In fact, both of those emails that I sent, I could have sent them to that mailbox that I sent them to without having Cortex running, without having Halo running. There's nothing requiring those pieces for me to send those emails. But because I have Cortex watching that mailbox, it knows to pull in the first email and create a ticket. And then based on the second email, it says, okay, I have seen this. I saw the previous email and I know I created a ticket from that. So let's just associate this second email with this original ticket. No additional emails get sent, no additional tickets get created. And as an agent who is already working this ticket, maybe I could have been here, grumbling, this person didn't send in all the details that I need, and I can be starting to work it. I could already be crafting an email asking some questions. And here's this follow-up email that comes in. It gets associated with the ticket right away. We're super excited about this. Um, we think this opens up loads of possibilities. It takes away one of the major frustrations of providing email support. Now, I do want to show you how we actually did that, um, or at least how you can configure that. So here is let's make this a little bit bigger. Here's my Cortex instance. Here's my monitor to handle replies. We'll go ahead and edit that. Um, Everything is pretty normal. Set up a mailbox. I said associate with customer, all the normal stuff. And this create a new ticket rule or action is exactly what you would expect it to be. It's my default action. It's uh, my fallback action when a ticket or when an email doesn't match any of the other criteria. It just creates a new ticket, right? That's what I want. But let's say the email is a reply to an email that previously created a ticket. So we have this add follow-up rule. If we look at what that does, there are two things that are enabled. It's enabled, obviously, but everything else is blank except for these two checkboxes right here. Only run if an existing record is found, and we get to pick a data source. So obviously we're picking Halo, and find record to update via conversation threads. Basically, if someone replies to an email that we've already processed, make it part of the same conversation. Don't create a new one, just make it part of the same conversation. And then what do we do in response to that? We add a note to a Halo ticket. Um, this is a Halo specific action. You could certainly do other actions, but in this case, adding a note to the Halo ticket takes advantage of the fact that we've already found that record. And this action is actually pretty simple. There's not much to it. Basically, what is the data source? What is the Halo data source? Um, and that's it. Um, yeah. So with that, with just two checkboxes, we enable all of this magic. All of the frustration goes away. It's super easy to just have replies to email go onto the existing ticket and not create a new ticket. We don't have to create new tickets for all of these emails. Um, yeah, we're super excited about this. If you want to see Cortex in action, if you want to see a demo, um, there's links down in the video description to schedule time on my calendar or to contact me. Um, if you have questions, we can talk about that. If you want to see more stuff like this, leave comments down below. If you have other ideas of things that we can add to this to make it even more capable. Again, your ITSM system should not be inserting itself into the flow and interrupting people and being an obstacle. It should be supporting the way people already are working and want to work. So we talk about that and more at the Cortex user group or on Discord, or you can talk to me directly and we can get Cortex set up and working in your particular scenario. I demoed with Halo. Halo is not the only ITSM platform we integrate with. We can integrate with any ITSM platform or potentially not an ITSM platform. If you want to integrate with a CRM, we can do that too. Um, yeah, more videos on that to come. So, with that in mind, thank you for watching, and we will definitely see you in the next one.